Hey folks, at the first of the year, we introduced our new hobby hoop house. It's 10 foot by 12 foot. But then we started getting a lot of calls. You wanted just a little bit heavier duty and you wanted more options for lengths. So let me show you something. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been working hard on the farm and we have a new package to show you. It's the new 10 foot DIY hoop house that comes with hoops. It's about a foot taller. The hoops are on 4-foot center. It's 10 foot wide with available lengths of 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32 foot. You can either get it with a door frame option or you can get it with the scissor door option. So if you're looking for something with a smaller footprint that's easy on the wallet, that doesn't ship freight, which means we can pack the hoops up in a box and send it to you, you still get free shipping and it's much easier to unload for those smaller backyard projects. It's going to get delivered right on your porch. So for the rest of the video, we're going to show you what we planted over here in the last couple of weeks and why we chose crops in the smaller hobby hoop house versus crops in the new 10 foot that's just a little bit taller. Let's get down to it. So for this hoop house, this is going to be where we have like a Christmas bell pepper. We have a red and a green one. So I do have plans to eventually put a little bit of a trellis in here to help guide those up. Not really an indeterminate vine. These are a bush type variety that I do also plan to probably thin out some of these. I tend to overplant because I want to make sure we get the best of the best plants and kind of let the strongest survive. On the edges, we also put some pollinators, some flowers, some salvia, and some kind of pest deterrents in the marigolds along the side. It's also going to make it look great in here. Throughout the season, you'll be able to see us not only train these bell peppers, but also take them and see what we do with them in the kitchen. So for the new hoop house, we had the opportunity to do more of a determinate vining crop, but I did 2 different varieties. So one, sun gold tomatoes, we used our Quiplar system, and we basically modified our DIY trellis situation to where we can build a trellis inside of here. The extra height not only allows us to trellis up the vines, but also gives us a taller sidewall for more ventilation as these crops come up. Later on in the season, as we start the leaning and lower process, I do plan to put the vine buddies in here to keep these off the ground. We also use landscape fabric to kind of keep the weeds down. We're going to be doing a lot of raking of our pruning, and I wanted to make sure we kept the mud down as we did a bunch of harvesting in here and a lot of maintenance. It's going to require quite a bit. To make the watering easy, we went ahead and put in some drip lines. This is also a main thoroughfare in which we have a DIY trellis and our raised bed kits, and we basically tied in with the 2-dial timer, and through here I can either turn on the main drip line that runs through all the little drippers all the way for all the vines, or I can switch that up and have misters going up and over the arch to water both of these wildflower beds. As we made the DIY trellis, that gave us something to put the Quiplar hooks into. And I want to talk a little bit about the 2 varieties and why I chose them. We have sun gold tomatoes that we're going to grow in ground, and we're also going to do Dutch buckets in the hydroponic greenhouse. And I kind of wanted to show the differences or similarities between soil grown and hydro grown. So this will allow me to use the same system in here that I will in there, so you can really see a side-by-side comparison. The next thing I did want some, but not a lot of eggplants. I do plan to probably thin these out a little bit, but right now I have 10 little finger J6 eggplants that, again, they're not necessarily a determinate type vine, and I do plan to kind of branch these out a little bit, but the same trellising is going to let me come out, pick the best branches, and go ahead and keep these up off the ground for that airflow, and kind of have 2 varieties going in here at one time so we can show you those tests. So determining the size of your hoop house has a lot to do with the space. If you're in a backyard, these 10 foot wide hoop houses are great. If you want extra strength or extra options, go ahead and call our tech team. They can talk to you about extra purlings like which we have in our hobby hoop house that can certainly be added to the 10 foot behind me. And as far as your crop selection goes, the shorter one, I could see leafy greens, herbs, flowers, that kind of thing. I'm a little bit different in that we're going to do a little bit taller bush in here, but I wanted to really compare those 2 types of labor situations in which we're basically pruning exactly the same in both houses. For us and what we're doing here, I think it might be a little bit more efficient. So again, for the taller crops, vining crops, eggplants, peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, anytime you have an option to go high and help with airflow, that's going to be a great thing. And just like any other hoop house, what we're going to do later on today is put some shade cloth on both of these because summer's just around the corner and it's already getting hot. So behind me, we have 4 different sizes of hoop houses. Each one does a little bit different things. And all this summer, we're going to be talking about hydroponics, permaculture, propagation house, growing inside and out and under low tunnels. And as we close this video out, please enjoy our pollinator wildflower habitat.